Good morning, students. Good morning to all. It's a time to study the commerce. So yesterday I have said some of the introduction of the commerce and some of the relations between the commerce and the economics. Shall you remember what I said? The relations between the commerce and economics is interlinked with each other. The two subjects are interlinked with each other. If one subject is not there, another subject is no need. That is, if there is no commercial activity, there is no need of economical activity. And if there is no economical activity, we can't do any commercial activity. Because the economical activity is created by the commercial activity only. Sorry, the commercial activity was reached by the after the economical activity. That is the production. The production is created from the wants of consumers. Okay, but after that we have to reach the produced product by the commercial activity. Okay, and yesterday also we have studied about the barter system. Okay, barter system. Okay, have you remember the three conditions I said to undertaking the barter system? Okay, the effective barter system will require the three conditions. What conditions? The surplus stocks. So the both persons, the two persons are going to the barter system or exchange the goods. So the two people must be need the surplus stocks, right? The next one is what? So the both double coincidence of wants. Okay, the two peoples must be have the different type of the commodities, and the two peoples also have the different commodities. That much that time only. So the barter system will be moving effectively. Okay. Next, that one is the personal meet. Okay, the personal contact between the buyer and the seller. Okay, so without the direct meet of the buyers and the sellers, the barter system will not works. And we have studied some of the constants in this barter system. What is that? The lack of coincidence of wants. Next, the non-existence of common measure of value. Okay, there is no money mean, so the barter system will not improve. Next, the lack of direct contact between producer and consumer. Okay, if there is lack of or absence of the direct contact between the producer and consumer, so the barter system will come to an end. It will not moving quickly. Okay, next one is the lack of surplus stocks. So the buyers and the seller, both of them must have the surplus stocks. Okay, students, today we will study the hindrance of commerce. Today we will study some of the hindrance of commerce. Hindrance mean some of the obstacles, some of the hurdles, some of the limitations or the problems. We can take anything. Okay. So what are the hindrance will come into the commerce? Okay, before that, so we have to know about the objectives of economics. Simply within one or two lines, the satisfactions of human wants. Okay, the productions of goods and services for the satisfaction of human wants is the main objectives of economics. Okay, but in the same time we have to know about the objectives of commerce also. Okay, so after producing the product, it will must reach in the hand of the consumer. This is the objectives of commerce. The product, where the product was produced, from that place it will reach to the hands of consumers. That is the objectives of commerce. Okay, some of the objectives of economics will be fulfilled by producing the different type of commodity is enough. Okay, for that have to need some of the capital, and they have to take some of the decision about the basic problems, what to produce, how to produce, for whom produce. Okay, after fulfilled every basic problems, so objectives of economics will come to an end. Okay, after that the objectives of commerce only have to fulfill. Okay, how to distribute the commodities from the place of the production to the place of the consumer where they are living. Okay, so the production place may be in different area, and the places produced in this different area must reach to the hands of consumer in that different place where they are living. Okay, so on the corner of one world to another corner of world, the goods have to be moved. For fulfilling the objectives of commerce, so many of the factors will need and helpful to fulfill the objectives of commerce. Okay, in this link between the consumer and the producer is very much important in this commercial activity or the commerce. Okay, otherwise we can say the commerce only deserves or serves the channel of distribution to attain the objectives of commerce. How the produced product will reach in the hands of the consumer. Okay, according to your basic knowledge, you can say so the producers have to distribute to the consumer, but you have to know those who all are involved in the link between the consumer and the producers. Okay, and not only that, what are the factors are involved and assist to objective the commerce, fulfilling the objectives of commerce. The commerce provides the valuable link between the producer and the consumers. It also provides the variety of services to ensure that the passage of goods and services between the two mean that producers and the consumers. Okay, the channel of distribution, the transport facilities, and what the banking facilities, and so many of the assistant to the trade. So we have to know about the assist of trading. Okay, what are the factors will come to assist of trading or commerce is first one is the transport, after that channel of distributions. Okay, the transport means so we have to adopt some of the types of transport to carry the product from the place of industry to the hands of consumer. Okay, and the distributor means different type of the channel of distribution is there, the wholesaler, retailer, and the different type of the commercial traders will be there to distribute the commodity to the hands of consumers. And the banking system and the banks and the warehouses and the different type of the assist of trading or the commerce is there. Okay, we will study it later. Now we will study the hindrance of commerce and the elimination of hindrance of commerce as some elaborately. Okay, as point wise point, if you want to understand what are the hindrances are there in this commerce, first of the hindrance is hindrance of persons. Okay, in this commercial activity or in this trade, one of the hindrance is hindrance of person. Hindrance of persons mean so we can assume the two persons only. Two persons mean the consumer and the producers. Okay, the place is produced in the corner of one world, but the demand for that produced product is will be needed in the another corner of the world. Okay, so there is no contact, different direct contact between the consumer and the producers. Okay, the absence of direct contact of consumers and the producer is called as a hindrance of persons. Okay, the two persons will never meet directly. Okay, even though the wants of product is arranged day by day, the product will be distributed by the producer by day, but even though the direct contact will not be there. Okay, okay, the hindrance of persons is there, but the hindrance must be need, how the hindrance of persons will be removed or eliminated. Okay, for that, one of the assist of trade, the assist of trade is channel of distributions. Okay, the channel of distributions will be removed the hindrance of persons. Okay, first one of the hindrance is hindrance of persons. Hindrance of persons mean the absence of direct contact of consumer and the producers. This hindrance is removed by channel of distribution. Channel of distributions mean so different type of the channel will be there to distribute the commodities from the producer to consumer. Okay, the wholesaler and the retailer and the broker and the middleman and what, so the establishment and the different type of the link of chain or channel of distribution is there between the consumer and the producers. Okay, that is the hindrance of persons. Next, hindrance of place. Hindrance of place. What's the meaning of hindrance of place? As I told at first, the product is produced in the corner of one world, but the consumer are spread throughout the country and the world. Okay, so the place, the place of production is different, and the wants, the satisfaction of the produced commodity is consumed by the person is in the another corner. Okay, so the place is one of the hindrance. Okay, even the product is produced, the produced product will not go to it is in the hand of the consumer. Okay, so the place is there, the hindrance of place. Okay, the place is come to us here, considered as a hindrance. Okay, right, the hindrance of place, how can we remove? Okay, it will removed by the transport. Okay, suppose if the product is produced in Kashmir, so for example apple is produced in this Kashmir, but here we are eating that apple, how it will come to our hand? Some of the transport facilities. Okay, sometimes it will come in the rail and the lorry and some other transport facilities. Okay, that is the hindrance of place, and the hindrance of place is removed by transport. Okay, so the different place of production and the consumer is called is hindrance of place. Okay, but that hindrance of place will be removed by the transport. Okay, here the hindrance is hindrance of place, the elimination of hindrance is removed by transport. Okay, next the hindrance of time. Hindrance of time. Hindrance of time mean the consumer always want to consuming any one of the product when they have more money and the time and their willingness. Okay, but the producers do not produce that commodities according to their willingness and when they have money. Okay, so the producer always produced by the anticipations way as per the demand and the commodities. Okay, anticipations mean suppose the producers knows when the demand for one commodities will be arranged. Okay, on the basis of the demand of that commodities, the producer will produce the commodities. Okay, so the time is very long when the willingness of the consumer and the production of the commodity. Okay, so daily the producer will not produce for the wants of the consumers. Okay, whenever the producer have the time and the ability to produce, he will produce. Okay, but the same time the consumer will get the desire to consume any of the commodities when they have the money and special willingness. Okay, so what we have to do? So the product must be protected in any of the place. Okay, till the demand is come in the proper way. Okay, at the time of demand is arrival. Okay, this hindrance of time, for example, umbrella, we can take the umbrella. Okay, so when we have need of the umbrella, when the season of rainy or too hot, that is summer. Okay, but if the producers produced the umbrella in that season time only, it will not going to the market. Okay, so before the rain season and the summer season, the producer have to produce the umbrella. Okay, but the umbrella must be protect when the demand is coming in the market. Okay, till that day the product must be protected in any of the area. Okay, so what area we have to select? We can't protect all the commodities in any of the separate area, in all the area. Okay, so for according to the product or the items, so we need the different type of the places according to the features of product. So we need warehouses. Okay, so the hindrance of time will be removed by the warehouses. Okay, so the hindrance of time means the time of consuming and the product, the time of consume and the time of production is the hindrance of time. Okay, this hindrance of time will be removed by the warehouses. Okay, next fourth one of the hindrance is hindrance of risk of deteriorations. Deteriorations mean so some of the damage and some of the what. Okay, we can understand some of the damage. Deterioration means damage. Okay, the risk of deterioration is one of the another hindrance. What type of the risk of deteriorations will come or when it will come means, so we are carrying or we are distributing the commodity from the place of industries to the hands of the consumer, that is the market. Okay, when the product is coming on the way, some of the accident will come and the product will be get damaged, and when we are protecting the commodities in these warehouses, so the rat and some of the other insect will be attacked and damaged the commodities. Okay, in this type of damage is called hindrance of risk of deteriorations. Okay, some of the thieves also will be damaged the product protecting the product commodity, and so many of the risk will be there. Okay, so how can we resolve this type of risk of deteriorations means, when we are using the warehousing, so we will remove. Okay, the hindrance of risk of deterioration will be removed by the warehousing. Okay, so the hindrance of risk of deteriorations mean some of the goods are protected against insects, rats and evaporations. Okay, some of the product will be get damaged by such a way is called hindrance of risk of deteriorations. Okay, these deteriorations will be removed by warehousing. Next, another one of the hindrance is hindrance of loss. Hindrance of loss mean what? What are the factors will bring the hindrance of loss? The accident. When we are distributing the commodities from the industry to market, the carrier will come to an accident. Okay, otherwise some of the loss of failure in the market or accidents or theft or floods, and some of the more reasons are there. Okay, if any one of the reasons, if the producer or the distributor meets the loss, that is the hindrance of loss. That is called hindrance of loss. When they are producing any of the commodity time also, they will get some time of loss. Otherwise, when the product is come on the way of any of the transport, so the transport also will meets the loss. Okay, this type of loss also called as a hindrance of loss. Okay, how can we remove or eliminate this loss? So this type of loss will be removed by the insurance. In our nations, not only our nations, in our world, so many of the insurance companies are there. The government insurance companies and some private insurance companies. Okay, so the insurance companies serve to cover the risk of such losses. Okay, so for that they have to pay some of the premium for protecting and precautioning for the loss of some accident. Okay, so in the way, so the if the producers meet any one of the loss of fire, theft, floods and accident, is called hindrance of loss. But the hindrance of loss is removed by insurance companies. Okay, next one of the hindrance is hindrance of knowledge. You can ask, what is the meaning of hindrance of knowledge? Okay, now we are purchasing different type of the commodities, but we don't know what is the indications are there or what are the molecules are there to produce that commodities. Okay, and even though we don't know how to use that commodities, the usage of commodities, and how to handle these commodities, and the price, the place, and the details about the consumer and the product. Okay, so without having any knowledge, some people may be used in one of the commodities, but most of the educated people or the rational people will use all the commodities after knowing all the details of the product. Okay, but so many of the peoples will not understand or will not come to know about the details of commodities. Okay, that is called hindrance of knowledge. Okay, because there is no way if the producer are produced mean his duty is over. Okay, so some of the channel of distribution, some of the middleman will distribute the commodities to the hands of the consumer. Okay, but now the consumer want to consume that commodities. Okay, but before consuming that commodity, he want to know about the details of the commodities, whether shall we eat or not, or what are the contents are consisting these commodities. Okay, and the place and the availability and some of the percentage and so many things are there to know. Okay, but how it will be removed means, so the advertising. Okay, now different type of the advertisings are available in our area, not in our area only, throughout the world. Okay, the newspaper advertising and the radio advertising, TV advertising and the social media advertising, everything is there. Okay, so if you want to consume any of the commodities, just if you are Google, we can find out all the details of the commodities. Okay, so without knowing the details of the commodity is called hindrance of knowledge. Okay, so the hindrance of knowledge is removed by the advertising, the radio and different type of the advertising. Okay, and next one is hindrance of exchange. Hindrance of exchange mean, how can we say, so the all persons, the producer and the wholesaler, retailer and the channel of distributor and even the consumer also want to need money to consume or produce any of the commodities, right? If you are taking the producers must be in the need of having the money to produce. Okay, so the producers also will not having the more money. and the distributor and some of the channel of broker or the channel of distributor also is not having the full amount to exchange the commodity from the producer to consumer. Even the consumer also sometimes does not having the money to consuming the product when they want to consume. Okay, the three persons also will be in need of money. Okay, but the producers want to produce, the channel of distributor want to distributing the commodity, even the consumer want to consume. But the three persons also will come to the situation of shortage of money. Okay, for that any of the factors or any of the organizations only you to help to that persons. Okay, who will help? Then one organization. Now the banking sector will remove the hindrance of exchange. Okay, in a situation, a producer or the channel of distributor or the consumer, if does not having the required amount, is called hindrance of exchange or hindrance of finance. Okay, but this hindrance is removed by the banking facility or the banking sector. Okay, even the banking will provide the funds to the consumer and the broker and the channel of distributor and even the producer for produced. Okay, so without having the funds to consuming the commodity or production the commodity is called hindrance of finance or exchange. Okay, but this hindrance is removed by banking facilities. Okay, next, hindrance of developing exact product. Okay, hindrance of developing exact product mean now we are producing, now we are consuming all the product. Okay, but in the future or continuously 10 or 20 years or 30 years we can't consuming the same commodities with the same pleasure, right? So if you want to consuming more and more, the developing for the exact product is must be need. Okay, for example, beginning we are using the phone, telephone, after that we are using the TV, after that we are using the recorded video. Okay, but after arrival of the mobile phone, so these three things gone away, because the mobile phone only have all the feature of the radio, mobile phone and the video also. Okay, so by using the mobile phone, so we throw out the three things. Okay, so the developing exact product. Okay, if you want to produce any one of the exact product, some of the development and the research is need. Okay, so the absence of innovation of the product is called as hindrance. Okay, the absence of innovations of the product is called as, maybe we can say, hindrance of developing exact product. Okay, we can't product the same only and we can't consuming the same product at the long time. Okay, even the producer and the consumers want to consuming different type of the product. Okay, so what is need for developing the exact product? So for that the research and development is need. Okay, so the research and development only will be removed the hindrance of developing exact and product. Okay, so for the purpose of making the research and development, so many of the commercial research and development organizations are there. The government organization and the private organizations also is there. And some of the another hindrance also is there. One is the hindrance of both selection and delivery at doorsteps. Okay, nowadays all the peoples and so many of the peoples want to purchase some of the commodities at their same place. Okay, by simply sitting on their home, they want to consuming some of the commodities. Okay, because this modern world make us to like this. Okay, so if it is not able to consuming any of the commodities at simply sitting in our home is called the hindrance of selection and delivery at doorsteps. Okay, simply some of the sickness people and some of the aged peoples want to consuming any of the commodities, and if they are not able to go to the market or shops, mean that is called hindrance of selection and delivery. Okay, then who will eliminate this hindrance? Who will eliminate this problem means now the e-commerce. Okay, e-commerce mean electronic commerce. So you could understand so many of the web pages available in our social media and the internet. Okay, the Amazon Prime and what, so the webinar, so many of the e-commerce facilities there. Okay, when they are using the e-commerce, so without going to the market, what they will want to consume, everything will come in their home and they will get in the door itself. Okay, so e-commerce will be removed the hindrance of selection and delivery at doorsteps. Okay, what are the hindrance are there? The hindrance of passion, it will be removed by channel of distribution, and the hindrance of place, it will be removed by transport. Next hindrance of time, it will be removed by warehouse. Next hindrance of risk of deterioration, it will be removed by warehousing. Okay, we will study about the later by the differentiation of warehouses and warehousing. Okay, next the hindrance of loss. The hindrance of loss is removed by insurance. Next the hindrance of knowledge. Okay, it will be removed by advertising. Next the hindrance of exchange, it will be removed by banking facilities. Last the hindrance of developing exact product, it will be removed by research and development. Okay students, I think you may understand. Okay, if you have any doubt, please ask me, I will tell you. Thank you.